Hello folks, good day and good 76th Republic Day today. It went off extremely well with good weather, but I got calls from Srinagar, from Kashmiri Muslims, loyal to him from inside and not so loyal outside. Loyal because he is doing them good. They told me Modi ji was looking very sad today. I said I haven't seen the parade at all, so I don't know it. Now, before starting formally, I would like to tell you it is not about elections, it is not about Arvind Kejriwal, it is not about Ramesh Biduri or anybody else whose constituency I live. It is about corruption. Corruption is destroying the world all over. And I can't claim to have been honest like Gautam Buddha or Maharishis of the universe. But okay, I haven't been corrupt in that sense of the word. Now, we sat on fast unto death of course I sat about 5-6 times under the canopy of Servants of People's Society and Lok Sevak Sangh, under the headship of Shambhu Datta. He is no more now, he left us when he was 94. Then on 5th of April 2011, Arvind Kejriwal managed to, I should use the word, motivate Mr. Anna Hazare to lead him. And Anna Hazare was popular before that. It's a very strange thing. In 2008 only or 9 only, I had driven him around in Delhi under the aegis of Servants of People's Society. Very few people know that. In other words, I was his driver in my Maruti 800. And I took him around to the several offices of certain ministers and had the pleasure of having tea with him, the minister sir. So he was asking for some favors in Maharashtra. So coming to that, 5th April so it's about corruption, it's not about election. Yes, draw your conclusions, that's your choice. But here we give you a promise, there will not be an iota of exaggeration, not an iota of lie. When I speak, I generally speak 100% truth. But memory at the age of plus 85 hasn't let me down that much yet. So on 5th April, the function of press conference, I'm talking of 5th April 2011, the press conference failed. And they were all the who's who of there was no Aam Aadmi Party in 2011, early 2011. So the function failed. And then Mr. Kejriwal was depressed. He said Daivi Shakti was too strong. So nobody turned up, and it was decided to host another conference on 11th of April. 11th April, we had a conference in one of the offices in Baba Khadak Singh Marg or somewhere in Connaught Place in Mr. Kejriwal's office. And there, only 5, 6 or 8 or 10 people, I don't know how I found my way, but I got an information. I don't know whether my wife came. Did you come in that? She says she was also there because she was a very prominent person in the agitation otherwise. So I gave a suggestion to Mr. Kejriwal. Incidentally, Mr. Kejriwal and my wife are sharing a stage here somewhere, and she is introducing or singing around. He wouldn't know it because he has he has found all the old clothes useless. Now here I would be sound partial. No, he hasn't cared to find you once. Where are these? Give them a party. All the people at least who got injured after falling in the bathrooms. He didn't bother about that. So, and he's much younger to him. I can always give him a lesson to become a better human being. Politician, I don't care. So then we had a meeting, 2 or 3 of us told him, and Sanjay Singh ji had also, I'm adding, he's much younger to me. He's a very, very great leader now. He said, I will bring so many buses from Uttar Pradesh. I said, I will also bring 25, 30 people from Govindpuri. And I brought about 10, 12 people for the meeting. But my dears, there was a flood of people that came on 11th April. It started from this India Gate. We squatted there. The poster says, Manmohan ji, Desh Bhagat, Lokpal Bill Law. Manmohan Singh was Desh Bachao. I think he was the Prime Minister at that time. And then Swamiji was also there, he is no more there. And then meeting was a success. Mr. Roy, one of the ministers in the cabinet, he was under Bhuk Hartal, just about a foot below our level, because he was sitting on a low chair next to Gopal Rajji and whatever it is. So I fell down. I talk about II quickly, because I had retired when I retired at the age of 58 in 1990, late 1990s. And then, which means I was a young man at, say, roughly 65 or 67 or 68. And then I collapsed in the bathroom at night with severe headache. No painkiller. Doctor said, even if you die, I won't give you a painkiller. You will lose your kidneys. So anyway, I have talked so much about eye. So then I was shifted to the heart hospital and all. Now what I am saying is, we have given our everything against corruption. Here you can see traffic police were reporting in this chair. Show this chair, madam. In this chair, this is this chair. In the evening they will tell me how much of money they have collected as penalty from the buses, private buses who are parking wrongly and obstructing traffic. Now if Mr. Kejriwal comes without a horn or without siren in Kalakaji, if he can move more than 2 kilometers per hour in the evenings, I will give him a gold medal prize. Gold costs 99,000 rupees per 10 grams. He will not be. So I would now take your permission that I sit down. Anything I have told you, let me tell you, Namaskar ji. This is Omkar Razdan. So my daughter is placing a blanket because I am feeling a little cold. So once again, congratulations. And cameraman is my deemed granddaughter. Her name is Annie Sunar. I hope she will get her results in the examination soon. God bless her. Now starting with this, now I will come to the brass tacks so that this talk finishes in 10, 15, 20 minutes. Let's talk of the so-called revries. No, I won't call them like Prime Minister calls them revries. I would call them bribes. What is corruption? We were trying to define corruption. Corruption is if a person gets money without working for it, that is corruption. If a man or a woman do not put in labor, that is corruption. Right? Or does not buy any goods and services. Now, where does this 2,100 come from? I heard once Kejriwal saying that, well, we save money by not taking bribes. All right, he is not taking bribes. He is using that money now in this way. Where does that money come from? Number one. Now you are giving whatever money you are giving. What are you are giving into ladies' hands? You mean to say lady hands? Or you are not giving to my wife, you are not giving to ordinary wives, so well-to-do wives, you are giving to the wives who will go and vote for 2,100 rupees. My wife, even if you give her 4,000 rupees, she wouldn't go to vote for 4,000 rupees. Point is, her husband will ask her, Bhagwan, चल इसका आज गोश्त खाएंगे एक दिन, 2 दिन में ख़त्म हो जाएगा. I know. गोश्त तो छोड़ दीजिए, गोश्त खाएंगे तो अच्छा है, पनीर खाएंगे तो अच्छा है. मुझे देखो, मैंने कर्जा लिया हुआ, मुझे दे दो 2 स्क्वायर इट ऑफ. और गो एंड सी दी शराब की दुकानें दिल्ली में, लाइन्स ऑफ पुअर पीपल आर देयर on length on end. And this gentleman, I am talking of Arvind Kejriwal ji and not Aam Aadmi Party. You should go and say, what kind of people are sitting in front of those shops? Talking about this, I was media head of Transparency International India, which was very frequently visited by Mr. Kejriwal as the chief of the India Against Corruption, very frequently. And we were doing survey. Mrs. Dikshit had given us about 3 lakhs of rupees to do the survey. We sat on footpaths. Those days footpaths were available. These days footpaths are all business houses. People for whom footpaths have been made, they die on the streets of Delhi. And incidentally, I will link things. And the death toll every year of pedestrians runs about 400 or 500 people per year. So what are you doing? You have provided footpaths, and there you have provided shopping centers of poor people because they must get their bread. They can't afford cakes, as some queen had quoted in Europe. If they don't have wheat, why don't you take cake? So I think Mr. Kejriwal doesn't walk into that level of thinking. So the money is going that way. You should have, instead of that, found out a way of doing something, establish some units of self-help groups, as the government of Meghalaya has done in several cases. One of my deemed children, who is there, or he went after getting trained with me, he has given employment to about 20 ladies in Shillong and takes them all over the country with handicrafts. And this 2000, another, suppose Donald Trump comes to somebody through some means $1 billion. Donald Trump will win the election here. Let me assure you that. For God's sake, don't fool the people. This 2,100 rupees is not coming from your pocket. Okay? It is a wrong thing being done. You have built these liquor shops. I decided I don't take liquor anymore for the last exactly 10 years at least. I was Chief Engineer, Government of India, in the appointment of Deputy Director General Air Force Works, Government of India, which is senior administrative grade level in my status, and in the era of precedence of the President of India, it is equivalent to a Major General and an Air Vice Marshal. I was neither Major General nor Air Marshal, but that status ka green plastic badge was given to me, given to us, all that. I am telling you the status of a person. I won't claim to have been dead honest, but I claim to have been honest. I have been living in a flat 700 FS in Kalkaji, which will be this table of Arvind Kejriwal ji and his ministers. I invite him to send his. I deserve to be visited by him. And who's this guy who fell down in Shri Swati ji used to tell me that Arvind Kejriwal ji has sent me to you to see how well you are recovering. That apart, this is about this revries. I do not know what the other political party is doing. I'm sure they are also giving something. But somebody has told me they are not giving cash. If they are giving cash, it applies to them also. There's no doubt about it. So I appeal to the leaders not to spoil our habits. Now, talking of habits, now you are going ladies ki bus ride free. 5-6 ladies stand in a bus stop. They say, अच्छा ये क्राउड प्रेशर. अरे यहाँ के जो लेडीज़ हैं हमने लोकल लेडीज़, जैसे चलो सिट डाउन, चक्कर भी हो जाएगा. Ask the conductor as what is happening. I travelled in bus on New Year Day from Kalkaji up to Red Fort. Believe me, sir, trust me, I was about to lose my life, both in metro and bus. I therefore invite Mr. Kejriwal, before he puts those big billboards, ek ke baar fir Kejriwal kind of thing. Let him be 100 times, let him be Prime Minister, but let him clear conscience of a man who has the guts to explain to him, and let him visit my house. I do not want any favor from him. And I am not a madman at this age. In fact, I have got 4 guests and I have no place to give them. Right? So for this spoiling people by giving them free things is a wrong thing. In the next elections, whichever election is there, Trump will somehow, through formal channels, he doesn't have to send black money, formal channels in some way or the other, in aid of poor people or something, they will be funded. So please don't do this. And liquor shops, you know the effect what is happening. Now, I also talk about the corruption in parking lots. When we were, when I was an assistant executive engineer, that is equivalent to a captain, our prime minister or our chief of army staff, at that time I think it was General Malhotra or somebody, yes, he gave us a talk. I was fortunately very lucky, not intelligent enough, to be always selected for the best opportunities. I was selected to hear him in the South Block. He said in America, I told the American Chief of Army Staff what was his major problem in his army. He said, no, I have no problem, but the major problem is that when the Jawans come for parade, there is no place for parking their cars. We were stunned, parking cars, Jawan has a car there? Because I at that time see a major general living in house cars, his name was Gurbir Man Singh, I think. Yes, Gurbir Man Singh. He used to come on scooter from house cars to Kashmir House. There he a staff car with a two stars will wait for him and drive him in. We used to have one Colonel Sileria standing there. देखो यार बेचारा ऑनेस्टी दिखा रहा, यहाँ देखो मोटे मोटे लोग ऑफिस सुपरिटेंडेंट्स आ रहे हैं इसमें. Those things, I think the present government, those problems, I'm talking of present central government, has solved those problems in a big way. We used to pay 1 rupee to a gazetted officer to certify a certificate. The first thing that the new Prime Minister did in his first term is he said, you can sign yourself. A gazetted officer, when the way he can be hanged, it's easier to hang the man who has signed his own certificate. His death warrant. The other fellow will employ, and by the time he retires, use common sense. I repeat, I am neither a BJP man nor a Narendra Modi, the BJP Sangrakshak. Yes, ask a Kashmiri Muslim who is an angel and a saint. They have been unanswered. Call me if you have guts, anyone, any party who clubs Kashmiri Muslims from the rest of the Muslims in the world, I will give him my head or her head. Though Kashmiri Muslims will tell you outwardly, yes, I am bringing in that aspect also, because Kashmir is looking like a bliss. But a man like me, when I go back, I am scared now. So I am mixing up things because there is presence of Aam Aadmi Party in Srinagar also. I should have fought the elections there, having spent so much of time in Aam Aadmi Party and Transparency International. When I say I mean it. Let anybody challenge my I will give him this eye. Let anybody challenge my eye, that I have done it. If they say I have told a lie, then I will tell him, then take this eye, okay? I have established a Transparency International office. I mean, not office, there's a branch there. I nominated one, Zafar Iqbal there as the president. He has been there for a long time. I hope he leaves his job now. And so that is about transparency. And people dying on the roads, please tell us a way you will do without squatters losing their bread, whether they are in radies or anything else. Now, last point for the day, because I am sure my granddaughter, my deemed granddaughter and my daughter tell me that iska khatam ho jayega charge bhi. Now, please make arrangements for their jobs, for their shops. Have you seen these pandals for big marriages? Mota bamboos are made, they make bungalows in those marriages on road to Faridabad. Why can't a market be established over these footpaths, at least wherever there is feasible, with lifts on the sides, like you have lifts in, instead of giving these revries, traffic will move on, footpaths will be released for pedestrians. Go and walk with me incognito in Kalkaji, I am familiar with Kalkaji, Govindpuri, etc. I will give you a silver medal. Gold, I cannot afford it. So I request you to please do justice in this respect. Reduce liquor shops. Reduce liquor shops for God's sake. People are drunk. I have seen, literally, believe me, on the truth of my honor, I saw somebody feigning having fallen. This was somewhere near Lajpat Bhavan, on the main road, but perhaps near that school in east of Kailash. Sadak par, we had thought he was dead. Then we went closer to him, I and another motorist. He was wanting somebody to overrun his feet at least, so that he can claim bandages. After some time we saw him running away from there. Such is the condition in Delhi. So don't fool us, sir. It's a nice country, getting into a nice country, and you may be Prime Minister tomorrow. Learn the way, the amount of billboards you have put in. My God, see the amount of transgenders. Now, all the transgenders from America might come here. They have derecognized transgenders. I hope the government gives them visa easily to come here. And already we have transgenders on all crossings. Very, very handsome, beautiful transgenders. My wife doesn't like I calling anybody beautiful other than herself, and she is beautiful at the age of 79, there is no doubt about it. So, therefore, please, for God's sake, stop this practice. Somebody is giving motorcycles, somebody is giving laptop और सबने हारा. Now people are saying क्या दोगे जब इलेक्शन आता है, ठीक है, और फिर कंप्लेंट करें जी प्रॉमिस किया दिया नहीं. Make us good people, give us food, give us formally, raise the ration as a matter of law. Send ration through vegetables. Vegetables are touching the sky sometimes. एक दिन बसें नहीं चलती, कुछ नहीं चलती. I was asked on the 1st or 2nd of this New Year day, believe me, trust me, 800 rupees by a small taxi from Red Fort to Kalkaji. 800. 2 days before that, I had come in 225. Let Mr. Kejriwal or his rep come with me incognito. His rep, he can't afford to come. He's a very, very big tap. If more than 15% scooter walas give run on meter, they quote their rates. Kitna? 200. Kitna lagna chahiye? I had a big fight with my wife one day. I paid from here to Apollo Hospital, which means from Crown Plaza to Apollo. She paid how much? 120 or something. She said, no, it was the lowest. He was nice. He told me so many things. And then next day I paid 80 rupees. He only said, sab 80 rupees lag gaye. So we are suffering. Please don't do this. I had noted down the points so that I finish my footpaths. I told you, liquor shops, please close them. And then free bus ride, if you can stop it before the election, I will consider you the greatest man. Announce no free bus ride. Ask your conductors. Ask your whoever is, they are called conductors only. You know, people who take money, and do that. And then last point. I promise this will be my last point for the day. Now, Mr. Jain was in the under jail mein the for a long time. Then Mr. Sisodia for a slightly less time. And vagara. Is our judiciary so lopsided, so bad, so partial, that Mr. Jain, such a powerful man, had been kept at for 1 year or plus? If so, why don't you say so? You always say judiciary is, we have full faith in judiciary. I have never heard we don't have faith in judiciary. So you are fooling the people, sir. Don't do that. Now I will tell you something, Mr. Aam Aadmi Party. The place where I live, all the flats, to start with about 41 flats are majorly cracked, vertical staircases. They have again started, and me and another volunteer went to a very senior IAS officer, told him do something about them. And he said, no, I can do nothing about them. But I have no proof to tell you. There is so much of corruption around. For God's sake, save me. I am getting a pension of around 150 lakhs, 150,000 rupees. Out of it, 25,000 rupees roughly I pay as a tax. I can't afford square meals. It's all, and we have, for all practical purposes, our daughter is a doctor. She is on her own, and we can't afford to live well. Just cannot afford to live well. Therefore, with these words, I conclude this session and request you to give an advertisement. All the volunteers who sat on first and to death at any one of your protests before formation of the Aam Aadmi Party, which split you and Anna Hazare. Let me tell you, sir, I met Anna Hazare in his bedroom, which was his office in Maharashtra Southern. Begged him at least join Aam Aadmi Party. Vet the list of the candidates Mr. Kejriwal as chairman will select. I wish he had agreed. He didn't. Because at least Anna hasn't yet lost his credibility as an honest man. I am not going to plead for the people who were out, like the lawyer Saab, who used to charge 1 lakh rupees per hour of arguing, and now I am told it is 10, so on and so forth. Arvind ji, please do us a favor on this 76th birthday of the Republic and withdraw this money and say it is unethical. Those who really love Aam Aadmi Party, I will give them this 2,100 rupees. If I win, I will change it to 4,000. You have said if you win, which means you are paying this for winning. Which means instead of giving money of 2,500 rupees, 2,100 you are telling, if I win, you should have said, in all cases I will give it to you. Vote for me. अब मैं वोट आपको दे दिया, आपने 2 वोटों से हार दिया, तो मेरे तो गए ना, मेरा वोट ज़ाया होगा. Other people will be given for merit. So you are buying these votes with this money. But if you had told him, I'll give you extra rations and at least partially it would correct. In all cases, I will give it to you, or whatever from your funds. The amount of boards you have put, each board if you give me the cost, I'll give you at 50% of the cost. I'm not a contractor. Pani ki tarah boards for advertisements are being, sorry, please don't do this. People in high density areas are miserable. Miserable is the word. I invite the lady who is, I don't know who is fighting in Kalkaji and Govindpuri area. Sham ko aaye incognito, in my car at my cost. You will not be able to do, if the distance is 2 kilometers, you will have to do at least 7 kilometers to make it. Thank you very much. Annaji's principal Chela sir. Of course, he tells us in one of his videos, 2 of his videos, Arvind has let me down. I had told him, he uses the word, one shouldn't lose his this and nasha ke paas usne ye kiya hai. I mean, he went almost to the extent of saying, don't vote for this party. So for God's sake, whether I vote for this party or that is personal, I will never tell anybody whom I have voted for. Okay? It is my honor, it is my conscience. I live in Kashmir. I could live, only the honest Kashmiri Pandit can live there. Provided you know what. Okay? Thank you very much. You have bore me out for this long. And I have got an audience here. None of them is smiling. That means my performance has not been. But please like this video. I might earn some bread from. And then change the 750 square foot house to an 1100 square foot house. This house has cracked. Even today it is cracked. Send a team from Aam Aadmi Party to see where it has cracked. My address is 30A, Pocket 14, Kalkaji Extension, next to Crown Plaza. Thank you.